Yeah, just gotta make sure the party options have allow share. Yep, always allow voice to be shared. Okay. Alrighty then. Hey, all you viewers out there on YouTube, you're with Phoenix Destiny tonight, and as always, I'm going to be playing some games. As if that wasn't obvious enough from what I'm doing. And tonight I have a guest on me, so go ahead and introduce yourself. Say a few words to our listeners out there.
Hi, hello viewers. My name is Invader Glory, and that's really all I have to say.
Hmm.
Yeah. Eh.
Man, a few words. I always like that. Anyway, so as far as particular subjects go, I have one that I've been wanting to talk about since it's been pretty much making itself known these past couple of weeks. Invader, I gotta ask you, and
hmm
also this is pretty much going out to all the viewers out there. What do you think about like the current situation with New Breaker? Like I've been hearing a lot, and I mean a lot of rumors about people constantly slamming the game. Like, care to shed a little light on that situation?
Hmm. Well, I mean, like I said, never had the games. I still don't have it, but however, what I'm hearing about it though is, I don't know. It's just because I can understand. It's made from different developer, well, development team per se, but I don't know. It's like, hmm. Not sure what else to put with it. They'll make it. Wow, that's really hard for me to say because, hmm,
It's understandable. I mean, unless
yeah,
you've either played the game or actually have it, it's kind of hard to say exactly what you feel about it. But that was a very good attempt, though. I'm not
yeah,
gonna lie.
mm-hmm, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, personally, my spin on it is, well, I think everybody's still jumping the gun as usual, especially since the update's been released with, well, some patches that have actually made the game run a lot smoother now.
Yeah.
Hmm. And it seems like we got our first caller of the night, so go ahead and introduce yourself. Like, say your name to the listeners, caller.
Yeah, it's called Mike. Last name, don't give a fuck.
So, Mr. I don't give us. So, Mr. I don't give a fuck. Are you going to actually tell us your actual screen name?
That's Blackwing, you morons.
Okay, that's better. Because the thing is if you couldn't tell, I'm kind of treating tonight's stream kind of like a radio show.
Ah, well, great. A radio show. Great.
Hey,
You've got one of these
everybody loves
years.
radio shows. I mean, look at Steve Harvey. He's got a really popular radio show.
Sure, but also here's the thing. Radio shows don't last long until someone turns the channel.
Yeah, that's true. But one thing that's different about typical radio shows than this one's on YouTube, so pretty much anybody will always be able to see it until I delete the video.
So basically, you turn to a podcast.
Hmm. I guess I've never actually had any experience in that field, but I guess if you want to call it that.
That's what it sounds like. So pretty much, you got the Wing Zero EW. Now you're just like, oh, guess what? I'm running a podcast.
No, actually, it's just because I've been in a good mood today. Because I got the suit, but it's still not directly linking it to it. Because otherwise, I mean, it's like if I was in that good of a mood to do something about that, well, clearly I'd have an external card so I could actually stream Gundam Breaker. But,
hmm
well, I don't have that, and I don't plan on getting one because honestly I feel like, in my case, that's just a waste of money. And also that's just the companies being, well, themselves. But hey.
Yeah.
Anyways, So now that you're here, I gotta ask, and this is once again pretty much going out to the listeners, what's your take on the new breaker situation, Blackwing?
Let's just see. When it first came out, there was a lot of bugs. The drop rates. Half of the iconic suits are missing. But and not to mention, they promised Fumina, but due to the localization process and difference in of culture, they took out Fumina because Fumina is a 17-year-old.
Ah, yes,
And-
that is definitely an interesting topic.
And here's also another thing: the excuse of giving the suits that weren't in the game is a sorry excuse of a special mission that doesn't. It's only changed once every Thursday, which is okay, but gets annoying when the suit doesn't show up.
Yeah, that's true.
And not to mention Bandai swiping a certain favorite suit of mine out of someone's inventory because it wasn't finished.
Wow. So at that point, it kind of sounds like they have a staggering case of laziness or procrastination.
This comes from my friend. Our good friend Raven. End quote. He had a friend. This is a story that he told us. Basically, Raven told us that they had Fumina and Wing Zero EW in the game, but when they discovered how much backlash that Fumina would get, they took out both the Wing Zero part and the Fumina because one, the Fumina situation would get them in deep trouble, and two, their excuse was for taking the Zero part out of the game was because it wasn't finished.
To what extent was this part not finished?
Well, Raven didn't tell us what part it was, because by the time when he was trying to see what part he got, they already ripped it out of his inventory.
Wow.
That goes for the Fumina part too.
Well, the only thing I'll say is in that situation, my heart goes out to that guy. Because I will agree, it's unfair having something ripped away from you after all of your hard work.
True, and not to mention, this is why I wish that they would have automatically came with next to the States. Because think about it, that would have been a moneymaker for Gundam.
Yeah, that's true, but at this point, it kind of makes you wonder why they hold certain games out. And last I checked, Bandai apparently, well, this is seems to be a general consensus of the public, but apparently Bandai doesn't seem like they like to take risks that much, which is kind of understandable given that the American gaming community is kind of a fickle mistress.
It's a hit and miss, but the only games paid here in the States is only it's pretty much Call of Idiots and Battlefield Friends, Halo, and you have Mr. Chainsaw on a machine gun.
Oh yeah, Gears of War.
Then you have the Sports Nuts that's waiting for the next Madden, which people would literally beat the fuck out of you if you don't have a damn pre-order.
Yeah, but that's very interesting.
Okay, I'll tell you a quick story. I was watching something on YouTube, and there was a tape of someone being assaulted at GameStop because they ordered only a few copies for midnight launch. The guy came in here demanding for his game, which the guy followed the rules accordingly and said, "Sir, we didn't order enough games. Please come back next. We'll have one for you probably tomorrow or next day when we get our truck." The guy said, "I want my fucking game now." So basically, the guy said, "I want my game now." The guy gave back his pre-order money and told him, "I apologize, we didn't have the game," and the guy sucker punched the cashier.
Wow,
Over
sounds pretty
stupid
violent.
Madden.
Yeah. Sounds like someone that was very passionate about that game.
True, but my honest opinion is, dude, it's basically this is what usually the U.S. goes for most of the time is sports and shooters. That's the biggest demographic a little bit here in the States. It's either shooters or sports games. But where I live, it's mostly sports games.
I see. Let's see.
And here in the lower ladder is the anime fans. Because basically where I live at, anime fans are shown for being, how could I point this to quote a certain, what was it, an Adam Sandler movie? Anime is for the devil.
Yeah. It's kind of interesting that you say that because I myself, one of the cons that I went to, matter of fact, I believe it was about a few years ago, there was actually some protesters outside the convention.
Oh, I'll boot you one later. I'll add it to you. Does anyone know a famous band called Metallica?
For those
Okay.
that don't know, pretty much just explain it for the sake of our listeners.
But basically Metallica is a band that was formed during the 80s. Basically they came to my town and pretty much they were hot still back then. They were doing a tour to promote their self-titled album, or aka their Black Album. What happened was basically a shit ton of protesters showed up during the concept and forced them out, and they've never been here since.
Wow. Doesn't exactly sound like the warm welcome they was hoping for.
It gets worse. They forced them out during the show.
Wow. You're right, that does sound worse.
And more or less, it was more or less the Catholics and the Christians doing it. Because I'm not prejudiced, but seriously, that's the reason why my town hasn't had any good concerts, except for the occasional Trivium concert. I mean, I'm happy that my town is getting a little bit bigger and getting more people. A couple of years ago, about 4 years ago, we started getting Comic Cons, and I'm going to let you know, they had a certain Power Ranger here, a few of the old stars, including one of the infamous ones, Johnny Young Bosch. Which when I was working, one of the delivery drivers actually took a pizza to his room.
And what happened after that?
The pizza guy the delivery driver knew who it was, but he didn't want to go freak out or go fanboy. Because Bosch looked like he just got off the plane. And he kind of said this himself. Off the plane, and not to mention, he's probably got jet lag. So he's probably going like, he doesn't want to talk to anybody. Just wants his pizza and will be left alone.
Doesn't exactly sound like... Yeah, if only he knew that, then he probably would have thought that he doesn't exactly sound like the hero that he expected him to be.
Well, here's the thing. people that you hear through the mic are different than what they seem in person.
This is true. This is very true.
Because remember, guys, voice actors are paid. Not they. They enjoy the character to extent. Um, I'll put I'm actually putting a wrestling thing in here. During the 90s, during the early 90s and 80s, there was a wrestler called Stone Cold Steve Austin. Pretty much behind the scenes, he was pretty much because Austin was really defensive protective about his character. If it involved storyline involved him, he would actually he would get the right creative okay before he would let them do anything.
Interesting.
So people behind, like, if you see a voice actor and all of these other stars, all these celebrities, here's the thing. Most of them just want to be normal people. Fame and fortune may get them into the spotlight, but sometimes they just want to be normal people. To quote a Five Finger Death Punch song, "You can be me and I can be you. You can just live like a star. I'll take my sanity, you can take the fame. I'm under and over it." That's just telling you that some people are done being in spotlight. They're tired of being in it. They want to just be left alone. Sure, they may get the occasional fan, but they do not want to be hounded by people that have fucking cameras and pretty much people tell them, "Oh look, it's George Clooney. Oh look, it's John Boyega. Oh look, it's Arnold Schwarzenegger." I mean, seriously, do you want people just to follow you around with cameras all goddamn day and stalking you?
Sounds pretty bad.
That's why sometimes, dude, that's why people in Hollywood, the stars, most or less, they hate paparazzi.
Yeah, I know I wouldn't be used to that myself.
But anyway, enough ranting. It's just basically, if you see basically any person that was in movie stars and all that, just treat them like a normal person. I mean, seriously, they may have money, they may have fame, which that's great for them, but you can still treat them like a normal person. If you come out and see them, just like, hey, just walk by, hey, fan your work, then leave them alone.
Yeah.
You don't have to go total fanboy. You just need to learn just to say, hey, fan your work, may I get an autograph? If he says yes, okay. If he says no, don't get pissy about it. Then just leave him alone.
Yeah, that does definitely. Yeah, those are words those are good words to live by, even if it potentially means the death of a lot of fan bases. But hey, you gotta stay true, you know.
Yeah, because think about it. Tommy Lee Jones, a well-known actor, to this day, he refuses to do autographs. And it's up to the actor. It's in the actor's right to refuse autographs.
Yep, that's true.
Because they could say yes, or they could tell you no. I mean, if you want, sure, if you want to give them an autograph, that's fine. But like I said before, I'll say it again. You just don't need a hound. You just, sure. You
Right.
just don't need to get pissy about every single fucking thing. Wham, wham, wham. Life's a bitch. Get used to it.
Hmm. Again, true words to live by. I mean, I will admit myself, I am an avid fan of Steve Blum, but yeah, you're right. I mean, it's like, honestly, if I saw him, I would just treat him like a normal person. I mean, admittedly, there would be a small bit of fanboying, but that's about it.
I mean, sure, you just walk up to the guy, treat him like a normal person, and if you pretty much like, hey, pay him your work, move on, leave him alone.
Yeah.
Because here's another thing. Actors have a very, very tight-knit schedule.
Hmm.
They have tour dates. They have to be like, okay, to point this example, the WWE wrestlers, they rarely get a time to recuperate because after a show, they have to be in the next plane. They have to be on the next plane to, let's see, from Dallas to Los Angeles. Los Angeles to Seattle.
Hmm.
And they put on at least about, I don't know, probably about 2,000 matches per year or more. And the only time they get to recover is only time when they get to relax is when they're injured.
I don't know if I'd want.
And
I don't know if I'd want to relax like that, but yeah, sounds tough.
well, here's also another thing as well. Wrestling is a very dangerous profession because one wrong move with any of those moves, it will kill you.
Yeah. Though the same could be said for a lot of sports in general, given a lot of the injuries that happen.
Well, I'll point off a few couple famous wrestlers that were almost killed. Austin, when he back in when he was wrestling Owen Hart, when they did the botched tombstone that nearly paralyzed him from the neck down.
I see.
Also, another one that's recently happened the same way, Paige. She suffered, it was an accident, a freak accident. I'll be right back.
And at this point, we're going to take a small break. And just remind everybody that the views of us here within Phoenix Core do not reflect those views of everybody else. Let's see. Anyways, it seems like that's almost all the time we have for tonight, so this was Phoenix Destiny along with Blackwing and Invader saying goodnight.